Hi everyone. Hello, thank you for joining today's live. Today I'll be talking about mindset. So, this is something new. I had put out the title somewhere. I don't know if you can see the title, but today it's all about the freelancing mindset. So, thank you so much for joining. This was a very last minute live. I just did a small poll yesterday whether you would like me to talk about the freelancing mindset, and most of you said yes. Like, most of you said yes. So I was like, let's go with this. And the main reason why I decided to do a live on this is because um, every day, I receive so many messages that your tips are so helpful and everything is so good, and we try to apply it, but like everything is good, but I'm not able to do it. I mean, I'm just a newbie. I live here, I'm from here, I'm just a young girl, I'm just in 12th. And all these reasons that we come up with to say why we cannot do something. And that's when I realized that, of course, me putting out tips is good. I mean, it's good that it helps you in terms of freelancing, in terms of content creation, in terms of personal branding. But there's another step to all of this, and that's mindset. And I haven't spoken about that yet. So I really, really want to talk about the mindset of freelancing, because it's so important to have the right mindset. And it's something that's going to benefit you long term. And it's something that's useful in all aspects of life. And I, of course, am in no way certified to talk about like mental health or something right here. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to tell you what you are supposed to do. I'm going to tell you what I do, what has worked for me, and how it has worked for me, in what ways. And if you think that this could help you too, go ahead and try it out. So again, this is just me sharing my experiences, and I hope this helps you out. And maybe you can give this a shot. Before everything else, first of all, thank you all for your birthday wishes. There were so many messages on Instagram, on LinkedIn, on Facebook, on Twitter even. So thank you so much for that. I got back to you late, but I did. So thank you so much for all your messages. And today's Q&A is also only for mindset. So if you have any mindset questions, you can ask those in the Q&A today. For the others, you can check out my previous videos and posts, and if anything else, I'll answer it in the next live maybe. So today is all about the freelancing mindset. So I have a few things that I want to talk about. So the first thing is, what do I mean by the freelancing mindset? What does it actually mean? So the idea is that freelancing is very unpredictable. You don't know how it'll work out for you. You don't know if it's something that you even want to do unless you try it. You don't know how much you're going to earn. You don't know how many, if you're going to get clients or not. You don't know how what platform is going to help you, where you're going to get your next paycheck from, how much you're going to earn, whether you'll be able to support yourself, whether the earning will continue. So there are many, many questions and many, many unpredictable aspects of freelancing. And to deal with these aspects, we need to have a proper, solid mindset, and be prepared to face anything that comes our way. The most important thing is that with freelancing, every single day starts with zero. So no matter what you have earned today, no matter how many deals you've closed, no matter how many posts you've put out today, it's all good for today, for the next, say, 12 to 24 hours. But the next day is when you start afresh. The next day is when you have to go through the whole process again, when you have to put out content again, when you have to find more work, when you have to meet new people, when you have to do it all over again. Because again, with freelancing, it's very unpredictable, which means you start every single day with zero, and you need to start growing from there. So that's how freelancing works. Now, when it comes to mindset, the big question is, what does it mean to have a mindset? Like, what does it mean to have a good mindset? Most of us may think that having a good mindset means being happy all the time or being positive all the time. But when it comes to freelancing, there's one major difference that really changes that positivity aspect. So suppose, like, when I started out freelancing, it worked out with, a viral post. I got some clients and it worked out well. So I was like, okay, this is going to work out well for me, and I'm going to I'm going to take the next step and make this work for me. So it was fine for the first few weeks. It was working fine. I had a few clients here and there, a little bit of income here and there, and my main aim was just to get enough work done, just to keep putting out content, get a few clients here and there, nothing big as such. So I was like, okay, this is going to work out fine. So in that time, I was positive in the true sense that you say that, okay, fine, this is going to be okay. Then when it came to, a few months in, when I got this very big client, and I was like, oh wow, this is how it's growing for me. I didn't know freelancing could work this way. And then I got that client. I was on cloud nine. I was so happy, and I saw the potential that freelancing had, that I had, and I really wanted to grow from here. So at this point, it wasn't just about making a bit of money or getting a few clients. At this point, it was about increasing my income, about surviving by myself, about living by myself, being independent financially, and of course building the whole kind of presence of being a premium content writer, of being somebody that someone should approach if they ever need copy. So all those elements kicked in, and until I had that client, it was all good. But then something happened. After 1 month, I could not continue with that client. So then everything changed. I lost that first big client that I had temporarily. It stopped for a while. So I lost that big client. Suddenly, I felt like I had taken a step back, because for the next few weeks, I didn't seem to, be able to match up that kind of work, that kind of income. And then it kind of, upset me. And I started wondering whether freelancing is for me, whether, this is what I should keep doing, whether it's going to work out. Am I ever going to get more clients? How did I even get that client? That was just out of luck, and I'm never going to get that kind of client again, and whatnot. And that's exactly when your mindset comes into play. So your mindset isn't just about, trying to be positive. It's about being sane and knowing what to do next, even when things are not working out for you. So even when I have lost my client, or if I'm not making enough income, or if I'm not closing as many deals as I want, or even something like, if I'm not getting enough, say, followers, if I'm not getting enough engagement on my posts, I have to understand that this is life, things happen, and this is how unpredictable, this is just the unpredictable nature of freelancing, of marketing, of the online world. And I have to kind of accept that, deal with that, and take the next step forward. That's where mindset comes in, because when you have a positive mindset, that's easier when things are going good around you. But having the mindset to still accept what's happening and grow and take the next step when things are not working out for you, that's what decides whether you're going to be successful in the field or not, or whether you can keep going in the field or not. So that's the kind of mindset that every freelancer needs to have, and that's the kind of mindset that you need to grow from, and that will help you do whatever you want, whatever your goals may be, make more income or get more clients, bag your first international client, whatever your goal may be. That's all going to come from the first step of having a good mindset. So I have a few things that I want to talk about to how you can build your mindset that will help you grow in freelancing. So the first thing is the kind of mindset you're supposed to stop. So the first kind of mindset that you're supposed to stop is the mindset that makes you want to undervalue yourself. Every time you question whether, why would somebody pay me so much, why would anyone hire me, there are so many other writers, and then you look at other people's pages and think, oh my god, this person writes so well, I can never reach at that level. So all these questions that come into your head that force you into undervaluing yourself, into questioning yourself as to if you are a good enough freelancer or a good enough creator, you need to stop that right now. Because when you keep questioning yourself, you are not taking any step to move forward and to overcome that. Instead, you are stuck in that thought process of, comparing your work with others, about judging other people, looking at other people's posts and trying to copy them instead of, coming up with your own authentic style. So all these things change, and you lose a bit of your authenticity in that process of when you when you undervalue yourself. So first thing is definitely stop undervaluing yourself. Do not do that. Second is to stop the victim mindset. I get so many messages every single day that, Shreya, these tips are okay and all, but you know what? Clients don't pay that much. Indian clients don't pay that much. Clients don't have a budget. Clients don't know what they want. Nobody wants to pay more than 1 rupee per word. People are going to only pay, say 30 paisa. I'm just 18 years old. How can I demand for more work? I just have 1 year of experience. How can I set my own terms? All these things that make you, that make you hold yourself back by yourself. These are not things that anyone else is telling you. This is you victimizing yourself by saying that I'm too young, or I'm too old, or I don't have enough experience, or I don't have enough, I've not done enough courses, I don't have a good enough degree. It doesn't matter, because in the online world, what people care about is what you can get done for them. If you can get things done for them, they're happy. And in the process of doing things for them, you need to understand that you have to throw away all these other things and attributes that you join to yourself. When I talk about myself, I am only a content writer. Everything else about me is separate. Everything else that defines me is not relevant when it comes to content creation. When I'm a content writer, all that matters to me and to my client is the kind of content I create for them. That's it. So you need to drop that victimizing mindset which holds you back and which makes you want to, believe that you are at a loss, because you're not at a loss. You have everything. You have an internet connection, and you have a phone or a laptop, and that's good enough to get started. So don't think about anything else. Just start doing whatever you have to, and drop all those victimizing mindset and concerns that you have. That's the second thing. So the first thing was don't undervalue yourself. Second thing is stop victimizing yourself. The third thing is the entitled mindset. So many freelancers have this notion that because they are not associated with a company or with a boss or a manager who tells them what to do, it means that they can set their own terms. I believe that it's okay, of course, you should have your own work terms, you should have your own work ethics, that's fine. But you need to stop feeling entitled. You need to understand that when you are a freelancer, you're dealing with people from across the world, you're dealing with people across hierarchies. You're dealing with, say, somebody who's just an intern to somebody who's a founder. You're dealing with people from India, you're dealing with people from the US, from Canada, from anywhere that it may be. So every person across hierarchies, across the globe, has a different culture, has a different way of working, has a different way of communicating. So in certain cultures, it's okay to negotiate. And it's not wrong. It's not something that implies that, they're undervaluing you. Negotiation is just a part of life. And I think it's that way for many of us as well. When we go out to buy groceries, I mean, especially in India, when you go out to buy groceries, you're likely to, get that vegetable vendor to throw in some chilies for you just for free, or, to throw in some ginger for you just for free. So it's just a part of certain cultures. It has nothing to do with, kind of not valuing content. At that point, you need to understand that, accept that, and then convey your message to the prospect that this is what you're offering, this is why you're charging what you charge, and kind of show them the value proposition that you provide. And then you can work things out. So when it comes to freelancing, the important mindset is to stop being entitled for anything. You can have your own pay, you can have your own work timings, you can have your own work ethics, everything, that's fine. But the next step is very important, that You are not entitled to everything that comes your way, and you have to learn how to negotiate and also be welcoming to what the other person has to say to you. So these are the three types of mindsets you need to stop if you are a freelancer. First is stop undervaluing yourself. Second is stop being the victim, and third is to stop being entitled for anything. These are important things. So now, what kind of mindset are you supposed to have? What are you supposed to do? That's the big question. You know what to stop now. So what do you go in for now? So again, I have a few things to keep in mind. First thing is to understand your reality. First thing, most important thing is to understand that it's just the nature of freelancing to be so unpredictable, to be so just to be so dicey and exciting, because things can change overnight. You could have a deal today, and then it may be like, you're going to get the payment tomorrow, but day after you're still following up, and then the client just ghosts you. Happens. Maybe you expected a big deal, and you expected things to work out, but the pandemic came in, and then things were like, okay, we'll just put it on a pause for now because we don't have the budget. And that's just what freelancing is. And honestly, that's the most exciting part about freelancing. I love that about freelancing, because every single day is such a thrill when you don't know what's going to happen. Every single day I'm speaking to someone new that I didn't even know until like maybe 24 hours ago. Every single day I'm writing about a new niche, I'm negotiating in a new way, I'm trying to sell my services in a new method. So all these things make freelancing very, very, very exciting. And if you can fall into that excitement and really enjoy the journey, that will make a lot of difference to how you perceive freelancing, and how you let it affect you emotionally or physically or even financially. So definitely understand your reality and accept the fact that freelancing is unpredictable. It's going to be unpredictable probably forever, but you have to still learn to make the most of it. That's very important. And now that you've understood your reality, you have to work towards changing it. Again, that comes to the initial point that having the right mindset is not just about, being positive that yes, things will work out. It's about working towards making things work out. So if I'm talking about, freelancing being so unpredictable that I don't know where my next month's income is going to come from, that's fine. That's the nature of freelancing. It's unpredictable. Okay. But what am I doing to change that for myself? What am I doing so that I'm hitting at least my monthly income goal, so that I'm able to, get a certain amount of clients every month, so that I'm able to chart out say the next 3-4 months and have a plan that, okay, these are definitely the people I'm working for. That happens through action. So I know that freelancing is dicey. I may not get good clients. I may not get enough money, but I'm doing my part. I'm doing my bit of, putting out content every single day, engaging with people, reaching out to people who may need content, communicating effectively, and also working well with the existing clients that I have. Leveraging that relationship is also very important, wherein you are not only working for your client, but also providing them an extra value add that makes them want to work with you more. Probably introducing new services and giving it to them on a limited time offer, saying this, I think that this will also benefit you, so why don't we try this out? In that way, trying to leverage and make the most of the existing clients you have. That's also very helpful. So if you are into freelancing, and if you're serious about it, have that mindset, have that growth mindset, which makes you want to really get up and put your best towards it, irrespective of what shows up and not. Initial few months, I had barely 2 or 3 clients, one-time clients, just like maybe a few posts here and there, a social media copy somewhere, and maybe a blog somewhere. Wasn't really something that I could see as a proper source of income or something. But it took a few months. I did my bit and it worked out. So the point is, do your bit and work towards it, and things will work out for you. Have that mindset. The next mindset to have is the mindset of complete respect, no matter what. It's very easy for us to get agitated at people because, of course, we deal with so many people every single day. Again, it's across hierarchies. People are from different cultures, so they speak in a different way. They have a different idea of what's okay, what's not. And at that point, you have to, no matter what happens, you still have to try your best, not try, do your best to be respectful to everyone. Even if a person says that, I'm sorry, we're not a good fit right now, or somebody says that you charge too much, I cannot work with you, that's fine. Don't get agitated. Instead, still be respectful, maintain that relationship. It may or may not help you in the future, that's for later, but for now, for your own mental peace, keep it normal. Don't agitate, provoke, or instigate and try to make things worse. Just let them be as they are, accept it, again move on, and go back and do the whole cycle of putting in your effort to do your best and make things work for you. And I think the last point is that you have to be prepared. Again, all comes back to this frustrating nature of freelancing being such a roller coaster ride. It's okay. You already know that it's a roller coaster ride. So stop making that an excuse that, okay, I cannot earn because, freelancing is unpredictable. But you already know that. So since you already know that, just do your best to change that. So now be prepared that if things do not work out, what is your next move? If you lose a client tomorrow, you have to understand that you can get a new one the day after. So that's fine as long as you are putting in your work and you have that right mindset where you are not unnecessarily just putting yourself down. Things are going to work out. So stop making it about your age, where you're from, what you do. Stop making it about the clients, about where the clients are from, and how they negotiate, how they don't value your work and whatnot. Stop making it all about that. If you don't want to work with someone, say no, move on. If you want to work with someone, say yes, work with them. If things don't work out, split your ways, and then maybe you can end up back together. That's fine. And irrespective of what happens, either ways, every way, be respectful and be prepared for anything and everything to happen. And I just want to add, I think, one important thing, that it's very easy to take everything personally when it comes to freelancing, because we always think that, oh my god, that person doesn't value the effort and the hard work and the time that goes into creating content, and we take it so personally. But some things are just not worth taking personally, so don't take them personally. Take them professionally, grow from them, learn from them, make them work towards you, make them work in your favor, and move on from things. So I think that's all the freelancing mindset is about. It's about letting go of everything that stops you. It's about accepting what freelancing is and what you can expect from freelancing. And then finally being prepared to make that change and make freelancing work for you. And that's it. That's all there is to the freelancing mindset. So if you message me again saying, I'm too young and I've just started out and there's no client who pays enough, I'm just going to send you the link to this video and you should watch it again if you haven't. I mean, even if you have, you should watch it again. So stop dropping these excuse bombs and start creating content, because that's all that matters. And now, if you have any mindset questions, please ask them below. In the previous story, I got too many questions, but none of them are mindset related. They're all about pricing and where to post content, how to create content. I have answered these previously and I'll answer them more maybe in the next live. But today it's all about mindset. So if you have any mindset questions, let's go ahead with those. Okay. So if anyone has any questions, please drop those. Okay, I'm just looking for some questions. How to develop this mindset, Megha has asked. Megha, I've answered your question towards the second half of this live. I've answered how you can develop that mindset and how you can make that work for you. So, acceptance is definitely one big part of it. Accepting that, freelancing is just so unpredictable. Okay, so do we have any more questions? Because I cannot see any questions. I'm so surprised that, it's even when I asked in the Q&A, there were not many mindset questions, but all throughout the day in my inbox, I get so many things, I don't feel confident enough. I'm so nervous. I'm so afraid. I'm so anxious about, say, starting a new job, finding a client. What if I don't get work? And like, this is your chance, people. Ask all your questions. And yes, I do want to share about this as well. Like, when you message me that you are nervous or not feeling confident about what to do, you don't know, it's just your first client or whatever it may be, it's your first time presenting on a stage, presenting in front of people. The very important thing there is to realize that it's okay, because everyone has that nervousness and everyone has that fear. So it's very normal, and it's something that goes away with time. So even for me, I mean, if you just look back at one of my first lives, which is still in my IGTV, I was so conscious about all this, live Q&A and talking to you, and if I was sitting okay, and if I was answering the questions right, if I was technically handling IGTV right. But now look at me. I mean, I just told you 3 hours ago that I'll be live, and I'm live now, and things are working out great. So it's all about giving it time, and it works out. Spexy behind a Lenovo. Is there any book you would recommend for mindset? I haven't read any book for mindset, honestly. No, sorry. Okay, sorry. Megha is asking, should I have the mindset to treat clients as equals or superiors? I don't think that makes a difference, because when it comes to working with someone, the hierarchy doesn't really matter. What matters is how you deal with them, and irrespective, your respect for them should be same. So still be professional, still be kind and considerate, still be very genuine in your responses, still be respectful. That doesn't change. And when I understand, I think this may have more to do with you, whether what position are you in rather than what position the client is in. So you are in a position to speak up, is what I want to say. Like, if you have a recommendation for the client that the content may work out in a different way, you should do that. Because, like, I, for example, once I had a client whose tagline didn't really work for them. Like, they had a very good vision, but the tagline didn't work out well. So I straight up told them that your tagline doesn't really match your idea. This is what I recommend instead, and they went for it. So in that way, in terms of communication, I think you're all on the same page. So just be free about communicating openly. What kind of article can we write in LinkedIn? That's not for here. Bharat Raj is asking, what should be the mindset when you're starting new? The mindset should be one where you realize that you are a newbie. You have to acknowledge that. So if someone comes up to you and says that you don't have enough experience, accept that, because you don't. You are a newbie. That's right. But at the same time, don't undervalue yourself. Don't think that just because you are starting out means you have no say. Make sure you still have your own work ethics. You have your own values and terms and conditions on how you work and what is acceptable to you, and make sure you convey those very clearly to your clients right from the get-go. Again, this is something that improves with time, and improves based on maybe what you see on other people doing, based on what they say. Suppose that what I'm saying in my life, that will change. But as soon as you're starting out, just be accepting that you're a newbie, and still have your own ground rules and work as per them. Ajay is asking how to get a first project. That's for some other time. Shreya is asking, Shreya, I'm assuming your name is Shreya. Hi Shreya. What helps you plan to have a productive mindset? I don't plan for productive mindset. Honestly, if I don't meet the goals of my day, like, if I have a checklist every morning, I create a checklist of things I have to do, and I make sure that I meet at least 80% of that checklist by the end of the day. If I don't, I just don't feel like going to sleep. I just feel like I haven't done enough, that I should have been more productive. And that, that mild feeling of guilt that comes at night, that keeps you tossing and turning about how much work you didn't do today and how much more work you have to do tomorrow, that kind of pushed me into always sticking to my schedule. So now I just don't have a productive mindset. I just have a routine, a productive routine. I work from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. I get things done, and that's it. That's where I leave it. Awesomeness within. How do you overcome the feeling of not giving up? Your username actually answers that, because you need to realize that you have so much awesomeness within you, and um if you have that feeling of giving up, it's fine. It happens to everyone. Maybe you can take a break for a day and reflect on it. Think what you can do new, what you can do more to change, to make things work for you better. Maybe speak to somebody, like, somebody in the field who can help you out with what they did when they felt that way, or when if they were stuck in a similar situation, and they can help you out. So I hope that I hope that'll work for you. Okay, so there are a few questions about confidence and, when you're afraid to do things. So, so some people are asking about that. Again, confidence, again, comes down to your experience. So if anytime, like, when I started freelancing again, I used to be so skeptical about everything that came my way. So if I ever had any query for a client, I used to always be so conscious about losing it. So I used to agree to whatever they used to say. I had some terms and rules, but I would be okay with, price negotiations and things like that. Looking back, of course, they were important so that I could grow and understand the right way to do things. So it's okay to be afraid about, not having that confidence, because that develops with time. That develops when you have an experience, and when you realize that, wait, I did this before and it was just fine. I'm still alive. I'm still happy. I can still breathe and eat and live and smile. And once you realize that, it'll be okay for you. So just do whatever you have to, and it'll work out just fine. And then you will want to do it more. So that's how you develop the confidence. I am sorry, I don't know how to pronounce your name, but I'm assuming it's Sarji. Sarji, okay. Hey Shreya, your point about not taking things personally hits home, but isn't it very hard to not feel judged? It is very hard, but I'll tell you what. Initially, I used to take things personally. I used to, shout a lot, scream a lot, rant a lot, be very annoyed when things didn't work out. But I realized that all this is because I had the time to do that. Because once, especially during the pandemic, I didn't expect it, but I got so busy with work. If somebody said no, or if somebody said, you're too expensive, or whatever it may be, that you don't write that well, I didn't even care, because I didn't have the time to deal with that. I didn't have the time to let those feelings affect me. I was so busy constantly, not just work, either I was doing some work, or I was putting out content on LinkedIn, responding to comments, whatever it may be. Even if I'm just, watching Netflix, I'm fine with it, because I just don't have the time to deal with it. So I'm telling you, it'll go away. It'll go away. Just keep doing what you're doing. Awesomeness within. Do you get carried away with people around you who already has a secure place? Do you mean secure place in terms of, that they're already established content creators? I don't mind, because I realize that they are at the position where they have already put in a lot of work and effort and years into being there, into getting there. And I have a lot of respect for everyone who has reached the point where from where I can admire them. Because I know how much my voice is lost. I know how much hard work it takes to get there. I'm gonna take a sip of water. I'm sorry. My voice is gone. Okay, so I mean, I do have a lot of respect for these people because I have, getting the kind of engagement or, getting this kind of presence is possible because of how much effort I put into it. So I don't get carried away. Instead, I just admire them and I wish them all the best. How to overcome a client ghosting me? It's okay. Just move on to the next thing. Don't waste time over there. Hi Shreya, how to cope up with the inertia or procrastination which often sets in? Do it, procrastinate a bit, it's fine, just chill, relax, don't do anything. But then when you are back, hit back hard. Best solution for procrastination is setting a routine. If you have to go to school, you have to go to school, right? Because your school says 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. you have to be in school. Same way, set a work routine. 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. you have to work, so do it. Okay, too many questions. I'm going to answer a few more. I got an internship opportunity today. Just wanted to thank you. You're welcome. That's all you, by the way. It's all because of you that you got the internship. So thank yourself. If a client undervalues the power of LinkedIn content creation, how do I change their mindset? Amrita, this is a good question because this is not just about changing your own mindset, it's about changing someone else's mindset. One good solid way would be to say, like, what I say is, you can check out my LinkedIn profile, you can see the kind of engagement I get. The most important thing is, you found me through LinkedIn. You are here speaking to me for your content because you saw me on LinkedIn. So that's how LinkedIn can work for you too. Just say this much, that's good enough. If they agree, then fine. If not, find someone else. What do you do when you can't seem to achieve the mindset? You try harder because it's not possible, yes, but it's a process and you have to try and work harder towards getting that. And it's not something, again, it's not something that's going to be all that. I'm not talking about positive mindset, I'm talking about the mindset that just makes you accept the kind of field you're in and to keep going and doing better in it. So that's the kind of mindset you need to have, and that I think that's pretty much achievable. If you, I mean, with practice, it's possible. It is. I'm getting nervous about how I'm going to balance my work and studies. Um, Again, prioritize. Have fixed work hours, fixed study hours. Do that. Feel free to reduce your work. Say take only 2 clients a month, and so that you can balance work out and study out properly. Prioritize and balance them. Stop. Don't say yes to every client. Feel free to say no and things like that. That's completely fine. How to deal with rejection after delivering content? Accept it. Just accept it. Make changes, and there are a few more videos where I've shared, how you can avoid the rejection. So you can check that out on my IGTV. Mindset you have when you pitch to your client. I'm prepared for anything. As I said, the freelancing world, every day starts from zero. So I don't have any expectation. I just do my bit of, sharing how I can help them, send them a proposal. The rest is up to them. Manvi has shared a long list of doubts that she has. Manvi, these are very common feelings. Don't worry about them. These are just, everybody has these doubts, so don't think too much. It's fine. It'll change, it'll go away with practice and experience. Okay, there are so many questions. Two more. Just going through the questions. Okay. C. Rashesh has asked how to adjust things or rather accept things when you left a job with 40,000 monthly warning and starting own chartered accountant practice. I mean, earning will be too less in starting 1 or 2 year. I think, when it comes, like, I don't have any experience in the job scenario, honestly. I haven't ever taken a job. But whenever I've spoken to somebody who left their job and went into freelancing or something, I've realized that for them it was bigger than money. It was also about what they wanted to do, their passion, and the fact that they were not really enjoying the job. So if if you've left your job, I think you have understood that the first few months or years are going to be challenging, and that, again, nature of freelancing is totally different. So I think in a way you're just prepared. Now the next step is to just make it work for you and do your best. So that's it. Okay. And that's it. I'm just looking at these questions because apparently there were questions even in the other one. I think I answered most of them. So yeah, so that's it for today's live. Just again, a quick overview. Stop the mindset that makes you want to undervalue yourself. Stop the entitled mindset and stop the victimizing mindset. Make everything work for you. Accept the nature of freelancing and do your best to make it, the best possible experience for you. So that's all there is. This video will be saved on my IGTV. And if you ever come to me again with these nervous, anxious questions, I'm just going to throw this video to you. Okay? Anything else, you can DM me, of course, and I'll probably answer those. I had a lot of questions in the previous story, so I'll answer them in the next live. So thank you so much, everyone, for watching. And I look forward to hearing your message, reading your messages about how you like this live. So thank you so much once again, and take care and stay home and stay safe. And just enjoy your freelancing. Bye.